Hello, warriors. Welcome to the U movement. I am B. You can see the energy is intense today. Last night, Spirit woke me up. Spirit does. At about, funnily enough, Spirit put me to sleep earlier than normal and then woke me up at about 12:30. And I presumed that was to come and watch the lunar eclipse. So I got my camping gear out, and because it was quite cold here in Canada, you know, there's still snow on the ground even though it's spring. And I lay myself down on my walkway. I don't have grass in my front, so there I'm got, you know, a camping mat and like a minus 60 degree sleeping bag, hats, gloves, the works. I was dressed for an Arctic expedition because I get cold very easily since I lost weight. And right at 1 o'clock when the festivities began, I believe it was 1:09 to be precise, of when everything was going to start to move. I was out. I was out to watch the moon slowly make its way into shadow. I scared a few neighbors who didn't see me lying there, but had also come to check it out. But oh well, that was a little bit of frivolity in the mix. And I spent the majority of that time just in a meditative state, in a lot of prayer. A lot of prayer coming up last night, and I stayed out for a good 2 hours, just past the point of total darkness, and when the light began again, I was given the green light that I could actually go to bed. And then this morning, you know, I woke up, and man, was it a difficult morning. It's just gone afternoon here, and I really haven't gotten anything accomplished today so far, and that's okay, because I have. I haven't got anything accomplished in the 3D matrix mind kind of way, but in the spiritual, you're processing a lot of stuff through your awakening and kundalini and clearing energy, and doing the job of a light worker. Man, it's been a busy morning, a very busy morning, as I have spent the majority of the morning clenched with insane heart chakra clearings happening. And as I've said before, clearings sounds like a lovely word. You know, I'm just going to clear my pores. No, it's like, I'm going to clear whatever's coming. Which, you know, and then I sent out blasts to my networks everywhere. Is how's everybody doing? You know, and a lot of people were reporting back things like exhaustion, things like fear, purges, things like physical pain in different areas, stomach and heart being the two that came back a good bit, and a lot of fear. I think I started with fear, but I was talking with another light worker, and she had a very valid point. You know, oftentimes when you go through a healing, it's literally darkest before the dawn, and well, it was darkest last night before the eclipse, before the light starts to penetrate too. And there's such a phenomenon that's like I think it's called a Herxheimer reaction. I'm not sure if that's exactly the right name or not, but when you make a decision in your life to start healing something, whether it be on the physical, the emotional, or the mental, sometimes you know, you go through this process of like die-off, and die-off is brutal. I can speak in relation to this, most specifically in regards to candida overgrowth. And if you don't know about candida, I've done a good few videos on it in my food and sugar playlist, because candida is when you have an overgrowth. It's the bacteria and the little microbes in your belly are out of balance, and certain parasites, fungus, little biological critters are running the show in there. And when they're running the show is when you get, kind of taken over by like cravings for sugar and carbohydrates. And, it's that you're feeding. You're not feeding your body. And it causes an incredible amount of devastation throughout your body if you have candida overgrowth. And if you're overweight, I'm going to hazard a guess that your microbe balance is out of whack. And if you want to know for sure, what you do is you go get live blood cell testing, and they pinprick your finger at blood. They put the blood on a slide. They see all your bloods swimming around, doing all kinds of things. And they'll let you know if there's a imbalance in your gut. Anyways, I already knew. I didn't have to. I did get live blood cell testing after the fact, because when I was trying to clear it, I wanted to make sure it was all gone. But I knew because I had all these symptoms. And so you start healing and you make this decision, okay, I'm going to kill this candida, this bastard, and I want my life back. And so you change your diet dramatically, and I quit sugar, I quit carbs, I eventually added even more to the mix and quit dairy and quit gluten. So I was very strict for a period of time, and what happens is at first you get this little burst of energy that's like, yeah, and kind of yesterday was a little burst of energy kind of before the die-off. And so when I started experiencing die-off, the candida die-off, I had incredibly horrid digestive upsets, and you could see that what was coming out of you was not your everyday average thing. And you get like flu-y symptoms and exhaustion, and you feel tired, and you're like, oh man, I don't feel good. I want to go back to the way that I was living life. I felt better when I was eating the pizza. And that's the like kickback. So my point of my story is when we're clearing out any kinds of energies, whether it be biological or whether it be energetic on the spiritual, we may experience this die-off phase, this purging phase, that things get worse before they get better. I had a guest a while back, Tyler, on U-Talk, and he described it as like check marks. We go down a little bit before we're like bounced back up double the distance, so you have to go down. So today there's definitely been a down post the eclipse energy into darkness, and I've been so practiced at this now that I can stay in the observer and not get kind of taken over by it, where before it would be very anxiety inducing, and the fear would be overwhelming. It was like here, observing it the whole time of like, okay, yeah, I'm noticing you. I'm paying attention to these feelings that are arising, this darkness that's kind of just here, this the physical pain and the emotional stuff that's coming up. And I'm going to do what I need to do to help transmute it, because that's the job of the light worker. Is energy comes and we process through it. But we don't have to take ownership of it while we're processing through it, while we're experiencing the die off, while we're experiencing the dark before the light. So I wanted to hop on today to just check in with everybody, because it is a crazy intense energies right now. I can feel it starting to shift out of my heart region, and now it's in the head. It's clearing its way up and out, which is why I have the head bobbles, which I get. I'm kind of used to it by now. These are kriyas. As energy moves through your body, you may be put into all kinds of interesting positions. It's funny, I'm always put into like the not mantras, it's in another, the yogic hand positions, and mine is always this, which when I'm stimming, I'm like ah! And the head wobbles, and the main thing, if you're experiencing anything that's overwhelming or dark or fearful, or is to know and keep reminding yourself, and use the skills that we've been learning all the way along, that this too shall pass. And even when it gets dark, we are safe, and to practice all our, soothing the nervous system, because as energy is flooding through us, it makes the nervous system a lot jumpier. So, you are safe, you are good, everything's fine, God's got you. And faith and trust, those types of energies can be really difficult when you feel disconnected and you feel like you're in darkness. And so, I myself have been using reference points, and I was talking about yesterday of using your own experiences as the reference points to prove when the mind gets all caught up into fear and thinking, oh my God, this is horrible, this is devastation, I'm dying, because if you're going through a more ego death, which is always darkest before the dawn, the mind tries to trick you and think that, death is imminent. At least that's always the way it's been for me. It's like, oh my God, I gotta write a will. And death isn't imminent. It's ego death that is. That can be a big signifier to you that you're in the process of some ego death, because ego doesn't die. That's another misnomer. What happens is ego gets, tamed over and over and over again. I kind of look at my ego like it was like a wild stallion, and I was like, just gonna do my own thing. I can control everything. I'm powerful. I can this, and then over time, as a wild beast is corralled and tamed, it resists until finally, it gains the trust of the person that's training it. So, and so then you are working as a team. You the spirit is your trainer, and the horse is your ego, and ego goes, oh okay, we're going for a gallop now, or okay, we're heading out on an adventure now. And so it becomes a little bit more of a peaceful process. I just had to change locations. The neighbors came home and were chatting. So I moved into the back on a camping mat so that my butt doesn't get too soaked here. But it's my first day I've been able to get out in the garden. So that's a nice thing. And it is great sunny weather. So yes, some of the tools that we can use as we're transmuting through darker energies is to rest. First and foremost, if you're tired, then rest. It's the egoic mind that thinks that it needs to be up doing things at certain times, and if your sleep schedule's a little bit wonky right now, then I'm telling you it's okay. Don't beat yourself up if you are not keeping a rigid sleep schedule. Also be gentle with yourselves if you're not accomplishing as much. The laundry will be there next week. It's not going anywhere. And nobody is coming into your house with a report card and going to look and say that you're failing. And well, if they do, then those aren't your people. So you're going to take off a lot of the pressure that you're putting on yourself if you're not accomplishing a lot in the energies that we've been in for the last week, and the energies we'll continue to be in for the rest of the year, really. So let's just all lower the bar of expectations to a more reasonable level, because you're not just living in the 3D world anymore. You're also living in this ascension path, which means that's double the work. And so you're processing things like me energetically, and we're successfully going through a difficult process called an awakening. When you're going through an awakening, we got to take the pressure off a little bit and say, okay, wait a second. No, not everything is going to be managed to a level of perfection, and not everything is going to be how our ego would like it to be. And we need to just be okay with that. So what? The laundry's not put away. Not the end of the world. So what? Your eating schedule is a little bit off. Again, nobody's judging you, and if there is judgment, it's an opportunity for you to sit in that trigger and say, okay, why am I judging myself? Where is this judgment coming from? What are my beliefs that are at play here? And really deep dive into the muck to get to some of those core beliefs and start pulling them out, because I would hazard a guess, if you're in that kind of energy, there's something in your past where people were telling you that you weren't good enough unless you were doing something or accomplishing something, or and that's old world thinking. Okay, we gotta start getting into a place of that was age of Pisces. That was the way we did things in that age. We're in a new age now. We're in the age of Aquarius. And we don't do things the same way. We don't think the same way. We don't feel the same way. In fact, we do feel. Because back in age of Pisces, we didn't feel. We shut down our feeling centers. And now in the age of Aquarius, we feel. We feel all of our emotions. We don't judge any of our emotions that are arising. These are low vibe emotions. These are this vibe emotions. On a rainbow, you don't say the bottom part of the rainbow, the red colors are bad part of the rainbow, and the top colors, the ultraviolet, that's good part of the rainbow. You just go, oh, nice rainbow. Okay, so those are your emotions, is a rainbow of emotions. So we don't try to be anything other than what we are, and we accept it for what it is. I'm in a low energy, kind of tired, I'm feeling fear. Are these bad? Or am I going to try to judge myself for them? Or I have to be something different? Or no, it is what it is. And so because it is what it is, I'm going to just sit in it and be in it and accept it. Okay, some fear is around me. I'm not going to reject it. I'm not going to run away from it. I'm going to just be with it and observe it and reassure myself through it. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's going to be okay. Reassure. So number 3 is all about reparenting and letting ourselves be human again, learning and reparenting ourselves into our own humanity, into our own higher consciousness, because the age of Pisces, way of being, way of thinking, way of doing, isn't going to work for us in this ascension process that's helping us ascend from older, denser way of living with a lot of faulty beliefs and move us into something that is much kinder, softer, gentler, compassionate. And when we have all those energies, then they spread out into the world, and the world itself becomes more peaceful, more loving, more kind, and it starts just with you. Just with you allowing yourself to be you in whatever energy you are currently in this moment, in the now, And so we're also going to let go of trying to control. Absolutely, that's egoic. That's age of Pisces. We're going to try to let go of controlling everything outside of ourselves, and try to find reasons and understanding, and I need to know what's going on, and that's just more inducing ourselves with fear. Let go of needing to know. You don't need to know. You just need to feel, just need to be. You just need to process through. It's you're shooting yourself in your foot if you're like always trying to find some answer outside of yourself to what this current experience is. This current experience is, I have energy flowing through my head. I can feel energy clearing out more in my heart chakra. I am outside grounding. I can look around and I can see trees and I can see little bunny poos. That's what I have control over in this space and this now. And, protect that. Protect the energy of the space that you're in. And so you might find that you're called to be in isolation or solitude, hermiting, because there's too much as outsiders are like, what's happening? What's going on? This is happening. That's happening. Oh my God, we need to be... No, disconnect from everything that is going to make it worse, and be with yourself in presence. Use things like mantra. My mantra today was, God is guiding me. God has sent me, sent me safety. I am safe. It's one of my soul kids is trained as a security guard. I'm like, if that doesn't get more safe, that's divine. That's divine protection. I am safe. Everything is fine. And so just keep using that, or use soothing and soft and gentle music. We're still Venus in retrograde. So we're all about nurture, all about mothering, all about gentle, soft. If you're not being gentle and soft with yourself, how do you expect the world to be gentle and soft? Seriously. You're expecting things to show up from outside of yourself that you're not willing to give yourself. If you're not willing to cultivate those energies from within, they're not going to ripple out. You're the start point. It has to ripple out from you, not to you. And so as things come, we the energies that you can't control that come into us, we go, okay, in whatever's happening, in whatever energy is being, felt and squeezed, I am safe. Everything is good. You're okay. You'd hold a little baby and you'd be like, you're okay, sweetheart. Mama's here. I gotcha. Everything's going to be fine. And so you do that to yourself as these energies, you don't push back out into the world more fear, more terror, more propaganda, more conspiracies, more twisted news. Just be self-contained. Be a self-contained bundle of love. And sometimes your self-contained bundle of love is going to be a small little bundle of love where you just feel like in a small little cocoon. And sometimes when you have more energy, you can spread it out far and wide, because when you have it, you can give it. If you don't have it, you can't give it. And if you can't give it, you can't expect it. You cannot expect it from anybody else. The game of fish. I love this game of fish as a spiritual tool, because you have your cards and you're like, can I have a 2? And that's because you have a 2. You have a 2. You wouldn't ask for a card you didn't have. So if you're asking for something from somebody else that you yourself don't possess within you, whether that be love, validation, worthiness, kindness, care. It doesn't matter what the attribute is. If you don't have it, you can't ask for it. And equally, and expect somebody to show up and give it to you. Could I have a 2? I really need some love and softness right now. Okay, I give myself some love and softness because I have love and softness. And then I can, once I've cultivated that energy, I can go and show up in the world and be like, hey, do you have a 2? And they'll be like, nah, sorry, I don't have any 2s. And you're like, okay, have a good life. Bye, I'm out. I'm only resonating with people that have 2s now because I want the matching of the energies that I have. So these times of darkness, these times of fear are to help you cultivate you, the energies within you, so that you can manage energy, you can protect yourself, you can love on yourself, you can show yourself kindness and care and gentleness, so that you can go then outside when you break free of your cocoon back out into the world and go, may I have some compassion? Here's some compassion. May I have some back? Oh, you don't have any. Okay, well, I'm going to leave you with some of mine, but then I'm going to create a little bit of a boundary here because I've learned to cultivate boundaries too, because I have self-compassion. See, everything has to be cultivated within, and these energies are testing us over and over and over so that we can learn how to be a self-contained, energetic bundle of love, fun, freedom, whatever it is that you're currently seeking. Look here, where is it? That's where it is. Okay. I hope this message is received as it is meant, which is with love and kindness and not too hard hitting, because I do get a little hard hitting sometimes with my truths. I am sending everybody out there, no matter what energy you're in, all of my love. I love you no matter what energy you're in. I love you whether you're angry, whether you're cranky, whether you're irritable, whether you're fearful. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're still lovable. Even if you're in any emotion, you're still lovable. And you got to know that too, that you're still lovable. And you're still valuable, and you're still worthy, and you're still all of these energies. All of us are. Listen, even if you've fucked up massively, there's always a path back. There is always a path back to keep. That's what healing is. Okay? We fuck up, and then we unfuck it. Okay? That's what we do. Listen, I fucked up many times in my life. I used to be called a fuck up. So if I can unfuck my health, my situations that I got myself in, abusive marriage and crazy relationships and bad job situations, and if I can course correct and do a U-turn, so can you. There's hope for all of us. There is hope. And that's what we're cultivating right now is hope, is faith, is trust, is peace, is love, is harmony, all within the cocoon as the energies come and go. Are you being nice to yourself yet? Are you being nice to yourself yet? Are you beating yourself up still? Are you, critically thinking? No, I'm not. You can pummel me as much as you want, energy. My head can wobble and I can look like a Fruit Loop. I don't care. I love me. I have learned to love myself. I have 2s. I also have 3s and 4s and 5s. I have all kinds of numbers in my deck for the game of life, which is go fish. It is. Let's all just go fishing. How about that? But that was the age of Pisces. No, I'm just joking. Okay, that's my ramble for today, and I'm going to continue to sit here and absorb some light after last night's shadow, and hope that more light permeates and lifts up everyone out of the darker energies, so that humanity as a whole can start to be in their nature, in their instinctual way of being, You're not disordered. There's nothing wrong with you. You're wonderful. You're amazing. You're fabulous. You're lovable. You're worthy. You're all of that. So yes, this ascension is a bumpy ride, but you're not alone. You're not. You got me. Peace in. Peace in. If you need any help, join us on Sunday at 11:11 for our Spiritual Warriors support group meeting, and we can discuss some of the energies that you're transmuted through. And if you need to book a one-on-one with me, please reach out and do that. I book by 1, 2 hour, and 3 hour increments, and we can deep dive into the dark and face some of those shadowy stuff that is coming up for you in this time. It's coming up for you to get it out. So it is a blessing, even though it might feel like brutal. There. Lots of love, everyone.